Alright, so I need to answer three things first in this philosophy vlog, and first thing I need to answer is, what are my most significant key lessons in the entire philosophy semester? Well, I need to also cite three things. So the first thing that I had learned to be the most significant for me personally
are the different philosophies and cultures and thought processes and mindsets these philosophers and these other people had. I've always been interested in philosophy and morality in terms of the philosophies and mindsets and cultures. Introduced me to new thoughts and mindsets, and that has definitely helped me in growing and maturing, but we'll talk more about that later.
Alright, so the second significant key lesson for me was
Thomas Aquinas's way of thinking and his philosophy, where he said that when reason ends, that is where faith begins. And I completely agree with him. When it comes to a point in your life where you have a wall, you have something blocking your life from progressing or continuing, at that second, you should resort to your faith. Not everybody is religious, but this could mean a lot of things, all right? This
could mean faith in yourself, in your religion, in God, in other people.
Because why do you have to keep dwelling in your hopelessness when you can try and find a way to break that hopelessness with an axe that's called faith and willpower?
The last thing that I learned,
if you're passionate about something and you're willing to dedicate and motivate yourself, that's a great way of living life. And that's how sort of these philosophers went by in their lives. Because
a lot of these philosophers were trying to prove their point, were trying to let people see their point of view.
Mindsets, their thought processes, why they think this is that and that is this. And
because they did not stop. They made books, they taught people, they became culture icons in their time probably.
People aren't just going to give you the opportunity right then and there, and you're at the top already. That's not how it works. You have to climb your way up, you have to claw your way up, you have to go through the mud, you have to go through the hard work and the dirt. And that's sort of how these philosophers went by, is a lot of these things that they were teaching people, they thought very hard about. It wasn't like, oh, it just came to my mind, I'm just tell this other person, and boom, they're culture icons. It's not like that. They had to really think about the things that they were trying to say, even though at the end of the day, some people still disagree with it and find it stupid. But man, these philosophers, I would really love to meet them, because the way they thought, the way they motivated and dedicated themselves and taught people how these philosophies and mindsets worked, and I would really love to meet them, because the way they thought, the way they motivated and dedicated themselves and taught people how these philosophies.
Alright, so the second thing that I need to answer was, how did these key lessons affect the way I think, the way I speak, etc.?
The culmination of all these three key lessons was they definitely gave me a more philosophical, figurative look at the world, because before, I had a very literal point of view on the world, and I don't think that's a very healthy way of looking at things, because you can take everything at face value and sort of take things literally, and you're not going to be able to understand the deeper meanings of life and the world. And for me, having to understand those deeper meanings, those deeper words that the world has given me, experiences, situations, I think it's a great way of looking at life. That way I get to understand why things are happening, why it's like this, why it's like that. I get to feel the world more at a natural level. An example would probably be COVID-19 for me, because the pandemic it's a really big inconvenience. I was really planning on a lot of things that I want to pursue in the summer, but all of that just sort of got halted, right? And it's not just me, a lot of other people in the world, and that sucks. That sucks. But I have come to understand it. I guess it may be sort of a way of the world telling us that it needs sort of a little rest because we were taking too much from it. But then again, that's just my point of view. I know it doesn't make sense fully, but it made me understand more why the pandemic's happening. And it's not just, oh, a virus is out there, it's gonna kill us and we have to stay at home and stay safe, right? It's not just that. It's sort of a great way for us humans to appreciate other people around us, especially our family, our friends at home. And now that we haven't seen them for a long time, now that we are stuck with our families at home, or your roommates or whatever, you get to appreciate them more. You get to really recognize who they are in your life. And I think that's a great way to really sort of bring back the emotional attachment that we have to these people. And so yeah, I think that's how these lessons has helped me through through my way of thinking, through my way of speaking and acting.
Alright, so last thing is, did my study of philosophy change me?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say drastically, right? It changed me by my way of thinking, by my way of speaking, newer ways of thinking, newer ways of living, and yeah, it definitely helped me grow and mature as a person.
I wouldn't say as much as situations, experiences that I've been through.
Helping hand and sort of getting to understand more those situations and experiences that I'm going through, and that has definitely helped me. Like I said, especially in the pandemic, I was very paranoid. But at the end of the day, I start to realize that maybe it's not all that bad, because I get to recreate the emotional attachment that I've lost with my friends and families. Grateful that you have them in your life, and that's definitely one thing I had to learn. In my opinion, I think studying and learning about philosophy is really important for my future in college.
There's so many more experiences and situations that are going to come my way, and learning more about philosophy, that'll definitely help me understand and go through those situations and experiences more.
To prepare for college and their futures, learn more about philosophy is because it gives them newer thoughts, newer mindsets, yeah, right? So, and a lot of people are very like single-minded, you know, and they're not really that open to other things in life. And philosophy opens up so many other doors, and for me, it has helped me, I guess, see through those doors, experience what's on the other side, come back and sort of take in what I have learned from going through to those places. And I'm really grateful for philosophy. All right, so that's it for my philosophy Q to T.